Let's see if this works. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Almost. It seems to be working. Okay. Noise. Okay. Let's get this set up. Okay, right now, we are finally playing Doki Doki Literature Club Plus with a big plus. I am hyped. Now, I just opened up the game for the first time, and one thing that's definitely new is before the game started, why is it not displaying the thing? Let's see if it displays it now. It should display the game. Well, let's wait a second, see if it works itself out. But anyway, I just booted up the game, and it said, on a black screen, white text, all characters depicted in this game are 18 plus. So that is hype, I think. Come on, please just work. There we go. Is it working now? Wait, can you see the game or not? Because currently on my second display I can't see the game. But yeah, when booting up the game, black screen, white text, all characters depicted in this game are 18 plus, so it's officially confirmed in the game. Can't see game, alright, I'll try again. Let's try this again. Normally the hotkey should work. I'm gonna have to... Currently I'm just on the opening screen, so it's nothing out of the ordinary. I'm trying to make it work, but... Good now? Okay. Took a moment. Okay, finally. So the reason it's a little bit tricky is because, unlike the original game, when you open up DDLC Plus, it immediately goes into full screen mode, which, as I said multiple times in the past, is really annoying to record. And as you can see here, I can't access the settings right now. What is it you play? I'm playing Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, the new expansion of Doki Doki Literature Club. So yeah. Meaning that I have to, I don't expect to get anything new here, but just in case there is something new, I decided I'm gonna do the full screen recording. Then once I get to the settings, I'm gonna change everything around so we can go back to my normal recording setup. But it's really annoying that they don't give you the choice to select whether or not you want full screen mode. Anyway, this game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Would you like to review detailed content warnings which contain spoilers? Alternatively, in-game content warnings can be enabled in the settings menu at any time. No. I know my stuff. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region and you consent to exposure of highly disturbing content. I agree. Also, by the way, Paris is a goat. Hi, welcome to the stream. I know there's new side missions, but right now I'm probably gonna focus on playing the main game for now. Or however it goes. We'll see. I don't know how much they changed. So yeah. Also, I think they increased the age rating in my where I live. I think it's now 16 plus instead of 13 plus, so it went up. I agree. Serenity Forge. Now here. Why is there no sound? There's absolutely no sound. Also, it doesn't even say plus over here. There's no sound for me, there's no sound for you either, I'm guessing. Okay, now that I can exit the settings, there we go, that should turn off the game capture again. The stream has sound. As in, you can hear the game audio. Because I can't hear the game audio. What is wrong right now, seriously? I'll fiddle around in the settings for a second, okay? But yeah, good to know you're 18. In that case, you can in fact watch this. Okay, this will take a moment to set everything up. Who the agony of playing something for the first time. Anyway, I can now finally enter windowed mode, okay. Yeah, I can't hear the audio at all. Give me a second. Yeah, it's picking it up there, but why can't I hear it? Oh, I get it. Is it working now? Wait, now it looks like you can't hear it. Are you serious right now? Oh, you can't be serious. Hang on. Now I can hear it, but you can't hear it. That can't be for real. There we go. Now it's working. Finally! Should play... Re-8? What? Do not know what you're talking about right now. Okay, let's see if I can set this up so it records properly. Jesus, it's taking more effort than I expected initially. Yeah, now I can hear it. Resident Evil. Oh, that. Yeah. Don't know if I could do that. Oh, great. Now it doesn't want to pick it up. Of course, because it's a different application than the original DDLC. Hang on a second. There, does it pick it up now? Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's picking it up. Okay, let me just quickly adjust the window size because, like, it doesn't work like this. Actually, or I could... There, that works. That works. Figured it out. We did it! The game's working. We got it to work. I'm a little weirded out by the fact that it doesn't say the plus on the screen here. But the window is called Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, so if the application has the correct name, and I am pretty certain I opened up the correct one when I booted it up, so we should be fine. We should be fine. We should be good to go. So yeah, audio seems fine. I finally figured out how to get the settings so that both you and I can hear the game audio. So let's go. No loads, everything's regular stuff, new game. Okay, I'm not gonna call myself something funny, I'm just gonna go as I do. Also, I'm a little bit annoyed by the fact that this window isn't centered. Why are you covering up Sayori specifically? The game decides, you know what? Sayori, screw you in particular. I get the feeling I know why. Alright, so I'm guessing the first part of the game is gonna be exactly like we remember. Let's face it. I mean, it's an expansion of regular DDLC, so there's probably gonna be a lot of retelling of what we know. All the stuff on the bottom is a little bit more spaced out, if I'm seeing that correctly. That's interesting. Okay. Mining for netherite? You go do that, while I suffer through losing my beloved characters again. But yeah, good luck to you. Hopefully you find some stuff. Okay. Oh crap, now I gotta do these voices again. Voices. Hey! I think that was about correct. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. Ooh, I know all about her. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. That I actually managed to sound feminine for once. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently and I would get tired of waking up. Waiting up, sorry. I should know this stuff already, I've seen it. I don't even know how to access the new side missions, by the way. We'll figure that out as we go. I have no clue whatsoever. I just know what the original DDLC was like, and that's it. I have no clue. I haven't even, as I said before, I haven't even watched the trailer. All I've seen is, of course, the image of the box art and all the goodies you get with the physical release, and of course that one little screenshot I got on Discord. And that's it. That's all I've seen, basically. So, we'll see. We'll see what's new and how to access the new stuff. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Oh dear god. I'm already losing my voice. Oh, we're off to a good start. We're off to a good start. I should have prepared something to drink. I forgot to prepare something because it's been so long since I've played TDLC. I am not used to visual novel stuff. Come on, Sayori's voice was one of the easier ones, and I managed to get it in the beginning. Got 11p? 11? What? Oh, 11 netherite? Is that what you're talking about?
I overslept again, but I caught you this time.
Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Get some tea or coffee or something. I'll probably drink some tea after we're done here. Gotta say, recently I started drinking tea a little bit more. I think I started drinking tea around the time I played my previous DDLC mod. That's when I started to get back into drinking some tea, because honestly I'd forgotten how delicious tea can be. Oh yeah. But the first one I drank after that was, well, tea isn't really... Tea doesn't really go bad that quickly, I'd say, but you can... I feel like you can still kind of taste it if it's past the expiration date, like 2 years past the expiration date, so it wasn't the most delicious tea I've ever had. So after that I went out to get new tea bags. When you dig through your stuff to find tea that's been that's expired like 2 years ago, nice. Drink the traditional Polish green tea. This British tea is shit. Tastes like the color green. I see. Tastes like the color green, huh? I do see. Brown. Just boring. Understandable. Personally, I prefer more like, I think the one I've been drinking recently is a little bit more cherry flavored, so yeah. But here we are talking about tea when we haven't even been introduced to Yuri yet, so we should probably get going a little bit. Trying to get full netherite beacon? You go. Come on, we're only at the beginning of the game and I'm already getting stalled out by everyone here. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
You said that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Code.
Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Yeah, netherite beacons would take long. I couldn't do it. Like, honestly, there's not even any benefit to netherite over iron when it comes to beacons.
Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to.
Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Code, have you decided on a club to join yet?
Oh, this is gonna be a nostalgia trip, isn't it? Because, let's face it, a lot of this is just gonna be the regular DDLC experience again. And I'm all for it. I'm all for the nostalgia trip. A club? Told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. Haven't been looking either.
That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime.
Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay! Yay!
Yay, I'm hyped! Yay. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. Makes you feel rich? I guess that's one reason to go for netherite. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it, by the way. At least I won't have to come up with any new voices, because I highly doubt that DDLC Plus would introduce new characters. I highly doubt that. So that's one benefit this might have over other mods, because I don't need to come up with new voices to do. And I won't complain about just seeing the main cast. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. Guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. I'm just testing the stream delay with my internet. You go and do that. You go and test your stream delay. It's always good to know just how far behind you really are. Yeah, that's definitely fine. Guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Hello?
Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know.
Know what?
Well, that you would come to my club.
Sayori?
Yeah?
There's no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie.
Am I getting the voice right? Or has my voice changed over time? Because I feel like I'm making her more and more of a child with my voice. But then again, I feel like my voice also sounds more and more cringeworthy as time goes on. Honestly, when it comes to DDLC streams specifically, your voice is voicey, yeah. Honestly, especially when it comes to DDLC streams, I can't stand looking back at them because I cringe so hard at hearing these voices I do. But I'm trying, okay? Sayori's vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. Yeah, of course everyone cringes at their own voice, but it's even worse if you do some quote-unquote voice acting. That can make it a little bit worse if it isn't back to it and
hear yourself talking in an attempt of a cutesy voice that you would never normally do.
Well, at least my hey sounded feminine, right? That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. Can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? To an extent where I thought it was your sister. I'll have you know that I am an only child. But okay then. Good to know that I can kind of do an hey. Was that one okay as well, or was that one worse? Stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go!
Why is the hey burp? I don't know. Considering the hey sounds so nice, I wish I could do more like that. I need to I might need to learn to control my voice a little bit better, and I might be able to potentially pull off talking in the hey voice. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Wait. Did they remove some text? Only say, hey, like, yeah. Yeah, no, they definitely removed some text, right? That's when you know you played the original too much, when you notice stuff like that. But if I remember correctly, I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. That text part got removed. Maybe they're trying to get people to act too faster? That might be it. Just cutting out stuff that's not entirely necessary. Maybe that's why. But that's interesting. So trying to speed it up a little bit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member is here. Hey!
No, now I didn't even get the hey right.
Hey!
My hays are messing up. I told you don't call me a new member. I glance around the room.
Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you.
Seriously, you brought a boy? Would you kill the atmosphere?
God, what a nice surprise.
Oh no, it's Monica again. I need to do Monica's voice. Oh no, I don't like that. I don't like the Monica voice I did. That one's so hard for me to do, and it isn't even that good.
Welcome to the club.
It basically just evolves into a whisper because I can't speak out loud while trying to do that. And if I tried to speak more out loud while trying to do the voice, it would start to sound more like Sayori, I feel like. The pain. Get some tea or water or something, man. This will be a long stream. Oh, will it now? Will it now? You know what? You're probably white. You're probably white.
Probably white. I shall probably get some water.
So give me a second. I am going to vanish for just a moment to get me something to drink, and I'll be right back. Meanwhile, please listen to the game's wonderful soundtrack and wait for me to return. Okay. Hang on. See, that didn't take too long, I think. Right? Didn't take forever. Should be good to go now. But yeah, I just went to grab a quick drink. Because visual novel stuff, I need to read a lot, and it's always nice to have something to moisturize them vocal cords. All words escape me in this situation, probably because my vocal cords aren't ready to do this. So I don't have any words to say. But anyway, this club is full of incredibly cute girls. Especially the middle one. Yeah, exactly that one.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry.
Natsuki.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her... Oh, her small figure makes her look like a first year. They changed that slightly. At least she's 18, yeah, and they even changed that to make it more obvious that she isn't really a first year, that she just looks like one. Because remember in the original game he said her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is probably a first year, according to the protagonist's thoughts. But now they're specifying, nah, she just looks like one, okay? She looks like a first year, specifying that she is not a first year. She is 18 like the others. Thank you, game. Appreciate those small little changes. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori said that quietly into my ear, then turns back to the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right?
That's... no. If I try to get more comfortable, that sounds too much like Yuri. Why can't I get a good voice for Monika? What I wouldn't give to have a second person on here and help me take some voices of my chords, of my vocal cords.
That's right. It's great to see you again, Code.
Yeah, it does sound a little bit. When I do her voice, she either sounds too much like Yuri or too much like Natsuki, but I feel like I'll get it down eventually. I feel like sometimes I just completely lose her voice and sometimes I manage to get it, so we'll see where it goes. Monika smiled sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Perfect to have a sister right about now. Tell your parents to get your stepsister, really. And it has to be a stepsister. Preferably so she can be stuck somewhere, right? Yikes. I employ Min for minimum wage. Ah, yes, of course. Speaking of Min, I haven't seen her in a while. I mean, I know she's on hiatus, but I haven't seen her hang around chat either that much. I mean, I know she shows up every now and then, so it's not like she's completely inactive, but she hasn't streamed for a while because, yeah, it even says on her channel that she's on a hiatus. But I don't even know why, honestly. But I feel like she probably has her reasons for it. Or maybe she just wanted a break. Discord, she wanted to be here, but she's away. Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. Well, that might be the reason for her hiatus, then, if she's away. No, then again, she has been to one of my streams, at least one of my streams, during her hiatus. Let's not talk about Min, that's not what we're here for. We're not here to talk about Min, we're here to get to know the Dokis. Monika is probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika.
Come sit down, Code. We made room at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. I get the cupcakes.
Hey, I made them, I'll get them.
Sorry, got a little too excited. Well then, how about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da!
Wah!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. And I really cannot listen back to the stream because I feel like I'm gonna cringe so hard. And Padrin, hey! I am doing just fine, welcome to the stream. We're playing Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, which just released today. This game released today, I bought it today. And I immediately wanted to stream it. So that's what we're doing today. Now, a lot of this stream is probably gonna be a bit of a retelling of the original Doki Doki Literature Club, but honestly, that's just a nostalgia trip for me, so I really don't mind. I don't mind the nostalgia. I really do not. But yeah, I kind of... I have no shame. Despite the fact that I'm getting the premium physical version for the Nintendo Switch, I've decided to also get the download version on Steam for multiple reasons, one of them being that the physical release doesn't come out until like a month later, so I kind of had to, because I wanted to play as soon as possible. And embarrass myself with these voices again. Let's see. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and a little piece of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute!
I had no idea you were this good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
Understandable that you did it this way. Hey, I mean, come on. How can I say no to the special physical goodies, but also playing it as soon as possible? It's just, it has to be. Another reason being that, let's face it, a huge part of this game is messing with the game's files. Something that I am not sure can be translated all that well to console, if I'm being honest. So I feel like playing it on Steam or like PC in general is the smarter choice if you want to get the full experience. If you know what I'm saying, right? Or is it just me? Anyway, I read this. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious!
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. Best girl is quiet, everyone. Best girl is checking us out. Can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I...
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
made them for you or anything?
Huh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said,
well, maybe. But not for, you know, you, dummy.
Alright, alright. Alright, Natsuki, yes, I know, I'm your sussy little baka. I said the line again. Oh well. Alright, alright. I give our Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. He returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess.
Let yourself get intimidated, Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know...
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. Thank you. Always inclined to agree. I'm curious to see how many changes they're gonna make to this stuff. How are you doing? I am doing just fine. After all, how can I not be fine when DDLC Plus has dropped, and I have time to play it? Like, hooray. Let's not forget, I've already encountered at least 2 changes they made. In the actual game. Alright, yeah, that reward probably won't do anything right now. Forget about it. I don't think I'm gonna disable it in the future. Just know that with visual novels and stuff, it's probably not gonna do anything. So don't waste it. Well, if the main character had a file. But as far as give me a second. I'm just curious. I'm gonna open the game files right now to see if they changed that. If they have, you know, just to see if they gave the main character a character file too. I doubt it. I think only the... That's what I'm looking up, because in the original game the main character definitely didn't have a file. But how can we be sure if that's the case for DDLC Plus? Browse local files. Probably not, but you know I have to check it out. Well, it certainly looks a lot different. Data? Managed? Oh dear god, that looks so different. Resources? No. Asset bundles? Help! It looks different. It's not as organized as it was. There's like... I can't find the character files. I can't find the character files. Everyone help! Well, it's not gonna come into play until later on anyway. It's not gonna come into play until later on anyway, and at that point the game will probably spell it out to us. Because remember what Monica does in regular DDLC, where she literally goes and says, well, I had to go and press the browse local files button and blah blah blah. She'll probably explain it once we get there. Which, let's face it, might not be today. Show us the files. Nah. Let me just say there's no characters folder. There's managed, which doesn't contain any further subfolders. Plugins, which basically doesn't contain much either. Yeah, nope. Resources, which also doesn't contain any subfolders. And streaming assets, which again doesn't really have anything of interest. So yeah, that's about it. No characters folder. Well, that's gonna be interesting. I wonder how they're gonna do this, how they're gonna do all this stuff. Now I'm just really curious. Search bar characters? We'll get there when we get there. Let's just play the game for now and see if we can find any more differences. Because so far, again, title screen when booting up the game, before showing the title screen, it immediately says all characters depicted in this game are 18 years or older, which is nice. They also changed the line describing Natsuki, and they removed one line of inner thoughts. So, yeah. That's all the differences I've noticed so far, for the most part. Anyway, we're getting distracted again.
I'm glad.
Yes, they're all over 18, they're all legal. Do with that information what you will, including Natsuki, by the way. Yes, she is over 18. She is not a first year, she looks like a first year. The game deliberately pointed that out. Tree shot it to Monica first. What? Am I live? Hey, we all ask if we're live when we start up our streams. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me.
So, what made you consider Literature Club?
Oh no, I can't. Monica's voice half the time is just gonna be struggling to even speak. She's not a minor, come on. She is absolutely fine. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... So, that's okay. Don't speak to me.
That's okay. That's okay, don't be embarrassed. I'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Monica, I'm surprised. Hear me silent for a moment. Yes. Hear me silent. How come you decide to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Now, I know I said this was a nostalgia trip for me, but I still want to get through this stuff rather quickly so we can get to find out some new stuff. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year?
Well, you know, to be honest, I can't really stand all the politics around the major clubs. It's like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
Monica really is a great leader.
And I just once again realized that this is going to be a lot of reading. Hang on a second. But yeah, it's been so long since I've played any kind of DDLC. It's gonna be a treat to get used to this again. Every time you do Monica voice, your eyes go shut. I am aware. That's been that's been a thing that happens a lot, even in the past. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes cool events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Yeah!
We'll do our best.
So I can get... Wait, what? What can you get? I'm guessing that's supposed to be Yuri cheese? What the fuck is Yuri cheese? What? I am thoroughly confused.
You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted at the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Code, what kind of things do you like to read?
Ah, well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. But. Yes. But. I fully agree with that statement.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of a teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. 243 hours in visual novels, definitely books. Yeah, totally not visual novels. Hey, visual novels, it's visual novel, it's literature, it counts. Just as manga is literature, so are visual novels. Okay? You cannot convince me otherwise. This is literature.
You know, I like a lot of things.
I am a reader. Yes, so am I.
Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
Ah, I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri.
Also, by the way, if I miss any changes they made that you notice, please be sure to point them out. Gone up 0%. Aha.
For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
I hate horror.
Oh, why is that?
Well, it just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Damn it, I should be able to read this.
Never mind.
That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called
Don't say it out loud. And give that back.
Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori saddles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute.
Why is that? Natsuki, I have watched creepy bunnies kill a man. I am traumatized. Oh no, don't talk about the bunny scene. Ah, ReZero memories. Ah, they're coming back. Oh no. Hoping for another season, by the way. What bunny scene? Ah, the one where you actually get to see it, see it go down. I know there's one bunny scene where he walks away and you see the aftermath, but seeing it actually happen is... That's a yikes. That's gonna be a yikes from me. Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Ah, not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself.
Forced myself to finish season 1 of ReZero, didn't enjoy it enough to watch season 2. Ah, yeah, okay. I get it, it's not for everyone. I personally really enjoyed it. But again, people have their preferences, I won't judge them.
You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
But yes, if you ever want to see a man being eaten alive by a horde of bunnies, including bunnies even crawling inside of him through his various openings and eating him from both from the inside and the outside, keeping him conscious until every last bite of him is consumed, then yes. That's what you get with ReZero. She has proved to have 101% kill rate. Taking another lawsuit. Yikes. My poetic powers have doubled since the last time we met. Oh, right, I get to write poems again. I get to write poems for every stream archive now. Oh no, I need to actually, because no one has redeemed no one has redeemed the channel points reward in quite a while. So since it's been a while since anyone redeemed that, and it's been a while since I've had played anything to do with poetry, that my whole poetry stuff has kind of gone on a hiatus. So I am excited to start that back up. Is excited the right word? I'm also kind of nervous. Because I feel like I was never that good anyway, and now I haven't written in quite a while, so it's only gonna go downhill. Fun.
Do you have writing?
Oh dear god, it's already happening, hang on. We're not even an hour in, my throat can't give out on me like this. Has built her own nation, the Yuri Nation. Has she now? The Yuri Nation. Haha, it's such a funny joke. You know, I'm kind of ashamed that it took me 2 glances at that to get the joke. Like, I read it, and the moment I read it out loud, I was like, oh, I get it. I get it. And I feel like we heard that pun at some point before. Or a similar one at least. So yes. Very funny. Round of applause to you. Now then.
Do you have writing experience?
Monica voice. I hate doing this voice. Didn't hear the one with Nation? Yeah. But it was a similar punchline, let's face it.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri?
Oh no, I can't do Monica. You know, I can't do Monica could mean something entirely different. I want to do her, but I can't.
Maybe if you share some of your work, you can help set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
Oh, you can really hear it. I feel like you can really hear in my voice how suboptimal that is. Guess it's the same for Yuri.
Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
Let's face it, if I ever got someone to take over one of these voices for me, the Monica voice would be the first one I'd be willing to give up. Can't do Monica, yes. But yeah. Oh well, oh well. We'll sit in silence for a moment.
Okay. I have an idea, everyone.
I think now I feel like now I can get closer. And yeah, I feel like that's gonna be another nice quote that's gonna repeat itself in the future when you try to quote me a ton. Natsuki and Yuri both look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go now. Just give her a completely misfitting deep voice. Nah.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we can all share them with you.
Oh, Monica.
Then next time we meet, we can all share them with each other. That way everyone is even.
Yeah, let's do it.
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club.
There, that line worked, kind of.
Isn't that right, Code?
And there we go again. Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem.
What's that?
Now that we're back at the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forward with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. Silent more than memories. Anyways, my thought goes ooey. My thought goes owie. Owie indeed. Honestly, after all this time, I'm not sure if changing her voice would be the best thing, because that's the voice I've kind of gotten used to doing for her. But it might be in my best interest to think of a new voice. Then again, I don't have enough vocal range to think of new female voices. Especially fitting ones. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But I am sorry, I thought...
Huh. Code.
Y'all... It's time to tell them what's on my mind the entire time. Nah, if I remember correctly, that's been there all this time. I bluntly come forward with what's been on my mind the entire time. I think that was there before. Pretty sure, not 100%. Let's face it, by tomorrow there's already gonna be some kind of video of someone pointing out all the differences between this game and the first one in the dialogue. Let's face it, it's all... The internet works fast, okay? I'm defenseless against these girls. They've penetrated my defenses. How could this happen? Y'all, bye. Yes. How am I supposed to make a clear decision when it's like this? What do I do here? That is if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Plus, I don't really have anything against writing poetry. It's not a bad use of time. I mean, I suck at it, but there's worse ways to waste your time. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey.
You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club.
Ah, thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem and bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Code, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress? Yes. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? Find out next time. Imagine if I ended the stream here at not even the 1 hour mark. How could this happen? I've just said 60%. It's coming down fast. I just has reached 30%. Time to become a vegetable. Wow. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as you and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey Code, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
I shall gladly accompany you on the quest to reach your home world. The Lit Club. Yes, the Literature Club is indeed the Lit Club. It is very lit. Do be lit though. That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
Okay, that just sounded stupid.
Yay!
I did the hey, I can do the yay, I think. Hopefully. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori. Best Girl. Yuri. And of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's not excited to becoming a vegetable. Yes. It's time to write a poem. I think it's obvious we're going for Natsuki, right? Any objections? Anyone? Because I just think we should go for Best Girl. But if there's any serious objections, like any reason why I should not go for her, now would be the time. Lit on fire. Well, the true members of the Lit Club. Yeah, of course. Well, let's go. Let's go for Best Girl. See if I have it all figured out, you know. Ooh, this is difficult. Out of all of these, I'd say either Heart or Bliss. Bliss? Damn it. Here we go, that's easier. Yuri? Well, since you said it with a question mark, I'm guessing it's not a serious objection, just a suggestion, so I'm going with Best Girl. Kawaii. Bouncy. Sweet. Damn it. Papa. Email. Skipping. Lipstick. Jumpy. Giggle. Dazzle. Damn it. Lollipop. Pout. Skirt. Boob. Bunny. Sparkle? I wasn't even sure about that one. So it hasn't done anything to you, Sayori. Well, I am already too far along this Natsuki route, I'm guessing. You can't turn back now. Cute. Strawberry. And of course, let's finish it off. I wanted to finish it off with a poof. Hang on, I just got something. Doki Doki Poetry Slam. I just got an achievement. I wanted to finish it off with poof. But if they give us the option of anime, how can I not choose anime? It's both fitting for Natsuki and it's a personal preference, so come on. We have to pick it. This is the way. When doing poems and say these words in this robotic voice. Ah, yes. Giggle. Bunny. I don't even sound robotic. There we go. Anime. Manga. This is stupid. Why would I read out loud in a robotic voice?
Hi again, Code. Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Lit Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Code. This isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you just come here to hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room.
Wow. That's just how you want me to say it. That's just a way to pronounce anime for you, huh? 1E May. You happy I said it for you? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature?
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. God always keeps it as best as long as he's having fun. He has me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Code can become good friends too?
Sayori?
Hmm?
As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Yeah, of course.
Oh, you even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori?
Huh? Me?
Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Huh? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the shit situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
He reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
I think my voice for her has gone a little bit higher pitched than it was before. If you're a word to a person that helped me to expand my English capabilities, school you sit down, visual novels come here, yes. Indeed. That is how it be though. Let's face it, most people who learned English as their second language learned more from the internet and visual novels not just the internet or visual novels or stuff in general, but just anything outside of school. If you're any good at it, you probably learned more English outside of school than you did in school. Because they're just not good at teaching you a language in an engaging way. It's just they can't do it for some reason. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. But then I won't. But I actually won't, because I'd rather spend time with Natsuki than reading your book. Sorry, maybe another time. I enthusiastically take the book, to stuff it in my bag, never to be seen again.
Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Schools gave me a foundation to learn, and visual novels and streamers like you are. And YouTube videos helped me to expand that wisdom. That serious wisdom. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is buried deep in a book. Can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. Generally, I don't see anything in that sentence that doesn't make sense. I hear Natsuki... Hang on, I accidentally skipped that. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. Cheery 18+ conversation, yes. Oh, by the way, the content warnings. I'm not sure if they listed that in the original game, but they did list sexually suggestive content as one of the content warnings, so... Plus the fact that this game's age rating has increased from 13+ to 16+. I feel like there might be some interesting stuff in here. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. She seems to be annoyed by something. Yeah, like me. She's annoyed by me. I approach her in case she needs a hand. What would you need? What would you need a hand for? I can do many things with my hand. Oh no, I'm already... I'm being creepy, I apologize. You looking for something in there?
Freaking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up?
Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. The smile, it scares the devil. Glad to know. If I ever encounter the devil, I'll try to scare him off. BRB, alright, see you. You probably won't miss anything new, let's face it. Huh, manga.
You read manga, right?
Sometimes? Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. She's standing right in front of you. That's where she's standing. Gonna die? I am happy to hear you're finally being set free from the suffering of the living world. I hope to be able to join you soon. How did you know anyway?
I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face.
What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst the stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull out the stack.
There it is!
Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest.
Much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world.
I know that feel. Most automated sentence I've ever heard. Which one specifically? You mean the one about hoping to join you? Or what? I get a closer look at the book she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible.
If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass of that door.
She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging you or anything. I didn't even say anything.
It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Code. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact,
Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box.
I'm gonna show you exactly why.
I know that feel. Is this a grammatical mistake? I know that feel. No. I don't see how that would be a grammatical mistake. People do be saying it like that, though. But you're gonna make me all nervous now. Stop judging me.
Stop it. Stop!
She shoves the book into my hands. Ah. Oh, I'm sorry. Does that mean she kind of touched me? Should that R be a little bit more of a moan? I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated, feminine poses. Want to make sure. Alright. It's exceedingly moe. Mode, right? Protect the bead. No, no one protects the rope. The rope must burn.
Don't just stand there.
Ooh, ah! There was no need to do it again. Are you just blessed? Are you questioning your sexuality? Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself after this is over. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. Oh no, she's dragging me out of the closet. No, I'm not ready yet. No, stop. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Are you ears blessed? Bro, I know I'm part, but definitely not for that. Okay. I'm sorry, okay? I am totally not sorry. But I'm sorry for myself. Because that's gonna... That's on the internet now. That's not going away. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat.
Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that.
Huh? Where's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Should I just read all the R's and stuff like that now? I mean, I could, but... Oh, that's gonna be so horrible. Okay, I'll stop doing that. I'm glad to know that I can actually be entertaining sometimes. I mean, that's kind of what I'm supposed to be doing as a streamer. I did, because I read out the R. That's why I did the sound. Make the stream 18 plus. Oh boy. Nah. The game itself is already suggested for a more mature audience, so I think I should be fine to do whatever the fuck I want. I was questioning whether or not I should curse. Speaking of cursing, by the way, I had a little bit of a brainwave recently. You know how some people just, when they want to curse, but they can't really because of censorship and stuff, they just randomly say some random curse word that they heard from German? So I'm thinking, since I can speak Thurman, yes. Since I can speak Thurman with... I'm saying it again! Since I can speak German without putting any real thought into it, whenever I'm really mad, I can just literally go off in German and curse my lungs out, and it would probably get past the censorship without any problem. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I had to reload stream, random German curse words. Yeah, because, again, some people, if they don't want to have censorship problems, just say a random German curse word that they know. And since I can speak German without any problems, I can literally just go off, curse my lungs out, and no one would complain about the censorship. Because it's different language than the rest of the content. That's a plan I'll keep in the back of my mind for when I need it. Should I even voice that?
Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it.
Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. Didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. I can speak thermal. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space, while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am.
Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning?
That's how I feel about DDLC. You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then?
Not really. Maybe sometimes after I finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention?
I said I would stop it. I said I would stop it. Alright, properly. I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. The bucket. She be leaking. Looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. You really should make it. Nah, we're good, we're good. I said I'd stop it. Let's see if I can control myself from randomly moaning. That joke shouldn't have been a reoccurring joke, even for the short amount of time it has been. Let's hope that joke dies out right now and doesn't come back. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot?
Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning's about simple things.
Yes, of course. Hey, I'll try to control myself, but I mean, I'm standing here with Best Girl. That's a very bad excuse.
Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with the guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like, when they get into their backstories, and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts.
Oh yeah, so many touching parts, huh? Like... ice cream, really. We're just trying to make everything... We're just trying to make everything a metaphor for something dirty, aren't we? Also, I see that there's an R in here, but I'm not gonna... But I'm... I'm letting the joke die. Oh, is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you.
Hey, wait.
Nein, bitte. Alright, alright. No, I'll read it out normally, I won't say it. I won't moan it out. I read it out normally. And I'll keep that up.
What's that supposed to mean?
Wow.
Okay, come on, that wasn't an ah, it wasn't anything like that. But how am I supposed to voice an wow? I asked that he wouldn't say it. Hey, it wasn't that bad. Nazi gives me a little shove. Hey, it just meant that I haven't yet seen you in full power.
Good save.
There it is again. This chapter seems like it's about baking. There, that wasn't a moaning voice, okay? Fine. We're good, we're good. I can read them out like that. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga?
Well,
Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something.
yeah? Why does that matter?
Doesn't, I was just curious. You enjoy baking too, right?
That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like, I would ever get into anything just because it's a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable.
Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Here we go. They did polish it up a little bit, right? They did polish up all the pre-existing CGs already. I know there's new ones, but I'm pretty sure they polished up the existing ones a little bit. Committed volleyball because of... Eyes are sharper. But yeah, that little bit of extra stuff they went through. Not just adding in new stuff, but actually polishing up what's already been there. Makes you appreciate it even more. We read on for a few more minutes. I've finished a couple chapters at this point. You sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Huh? Hmm? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like, I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. Can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitate towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kinda a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori's my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. Like, it's especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Did my voice for her kind of change a little bit too? I'm not sure. I can't keep track of my own voices, that's annoying. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. I guess that's why it changed. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself.
Okay, everyone.
Huh?
Are you all ready with today's poems?
Oh, come on! Oh, you know what, guys? I just had a thought. I just remembered something. Should we try to go for the happy ending? Or should we play through it normally to see the regular ending? And then when we do all the other character routes, we replay Natsuki's route real quick to get the happy ending. Which one do you think? What should we go for? There's still time to decide, don't get me wrong, but I'm just curious if you have any preferences. Happy ending forever? But shouldn't we at least check out what the other ending is too? Nah, let's go for the happy ending, you're right. Happy ending it is. Oh, come on! Could your timing be any worse?
Sorry, I just need to make sure we have enough time.
Normal for the start, alright, normal for the start. Okay. Never mind. No, we'll do normal, I mean, it makes sense, the normal ending is the one you'd experience first in this game anyway, so why wouldn't we go for the normal one first? Plus, if it's anything like the original DDLC, then after you get the, Actually, no, I think that's with both endings. I think that's both with the happy ending and the normal ending. But I know if it's for the happy ending for sure that you need to reinstall the game from scratch, because it just deletes the script files and everything.
I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there.
Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. Close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. Wait, it does? What does? The game? The game files? Yeah. After you get the happy ending, it deletes the script files, and every time you open up the game, it says that the script file is missing and you need to reinstall it. Every time. You can close it, open it however many times you want. It always opens up an error message saying, script file is missing, re-download the game, and after you click OK on that message, it immediately closes the game again. So yeah. For people with physical copies, yikes. Imagine. Hey, I mean, there are gonna be a lot of changes between this game and, you know, the regular one, so we'll see what changes. I mean, I already saw changes in the files, so, you know. By the way, once we get into Act 2, I probably should pull up the files again just to see if anything changed. Close the book and hand it back towards Natsuki.
You're just giving it back? Do you want to know what happens?
Yeah, but Monica just said,
don't be dumb, you baka. Just take it home with you.
Huh? Is that really alright? I said it mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this.
Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets spent, I'll kill you.
They made a normal visual novel. Imagine if they just changed it entirely to be a regular visual novel. And after Act 1 it just progresses normally. That would kind of make it like Blue Skies in a way, right? Yeah, nah, that would just make it the official version of Blue Skies.
If it gets bent, I'll kill you.
Ooh, I know that feeling. I finally got back some manga I lent out to a friend after he's had it for like, what, 2 years. Because I lent it to him before the pandemic. Quite a bit before the pandemic, and then we wanted to meet, and then we even met up again at some point where he wanted to return it, but he forgot to bring it, and then the whole pandemic thing happened, and we never got around to meeting again until recently, and now I finally have them back, and hey, they seem to still be in, seem to be in good quality, so I can't be upset, but it certainly took a while for them to come back to me. Yikes. Oh well. By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then, I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah, my relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. I have.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you go find someone to share with? I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically brought your poems, me.
Sayori's on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. Ooh, right, the notebook I'm gonna get with the physical release. The poem notebook. I'm gonna have to write down all my poems in that notebook. Just for the sake of it. Can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. There's a fly watching the stream, so I let it watch this for 1 minute, then brutally murdered it. Yikes! Yeah, give it at least a happy last minute of its life. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly complies while reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, the obvious answer would be Bestial, right? Told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first.
Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like.
Epilepsy for a fly. Ah.
First of all,
Natsuki rereads my poem.
Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion.
Huh? Then what's the point in sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, I remember you said you wanted. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said.
Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad.
If you're going to do fast... If you're going so fast that time is going back, are you move forwards or backwards? Excellent question. I'm thinking if you're going so fast that time around you is bending, then you're moving independently of time. And if you move independently of time, then by all accounts you should still be moving forwards. How did we come to that topic, by the way? Where did that topic come from? I don't get it.
You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruin it. I hope you're happy.
So, in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki's retort gets caught in the throat. And an endless loop because the time was always to the point when it was 1 millisecond away from going backwards in time. No, as I said, I think at that point your movement would be independent of time. Then again, it's not like I know anything about this topic. I am not a professional in any field of expertise, so do not ask me.
You're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing to the world like you're all self-important.
Pretty sure you never actually said that. And Sid, hi! So far, it's very similar to the first one. Major differences so far: upon booting up the game, it immediately shows a black screen with white text saying all characters depicted in this game are 18 years or older. So, they're legal. The game outright tells you so when you boot it up. Also, yeah, again, welcome to the stream. I'm hyped. I hope you are too. Other things, they slightly changed Natsuki's introduction, where it now says she looks like a first year, but she isn't. Basically, they made sure that you know she looks like one, she isn't one, but she looks like one. They changed that ever so slightly. And I think there was one more line of dialogue that was cut out so far, so yeah. But that's how it's going. So far, very similar, but I guess that's what's to be expected when you're only just at the beginning. I reckon... I do not like to moan on this stream. That was a... Okay, I can't say it was a one-time gag. It was like 2 or 3 times. Well, I read the in chat as more of a moan. Well, time to get cringy with the voices again, so that's what you missed so far, me cringing at my own voice impressions, because I cannot do voices. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. Can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Yeah, voices are definitely hard, especially doing voices of the opposite gender. I just suck.
Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't.
Eagles Can Fly, it's the same poem. I don't know why I expected them to change it a little bit. You know what, I'm still gonna read it out loud. The poem is called Eagles Can Fly. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it.
Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts much more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but they made it fall flat on purpose. Eagles can fly, Cody can die. So do I. It's one thing. You took him into one thing. And you turned it into a Rickroll at the end. Look at you go, Rob. Look at you go. I don't know whether I should be disappointed or impressed that someone always finds a way to put in a Rickroll in some shape or form. It has bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to move the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, because I know they're all over 18, so they're legal. But if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, since we went off Natsuki, I think it's only fair that we go with the exact opposite right now, so let's go for Yuri. Who's definitely not gonna like this poem. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading it.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking.
It's fine, don't force yourself.
I'm not... I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
I'm just making sure. I guess there might be after reading through it.
Ah, so it's that bad.
No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry.
Yuri buries her face in her hands, but not on the sprite. Tie that has been tied by someone who ties ties. Yes. You're just trying to string words together like that, then let me tell you what a string of words. Before was, is. That is a legitimate sentence. Do with that what you will. Couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. Might take you a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying?
Right,
Before was. You're missing one more was. There's one more missing. Before was. So before the word was the word was, it was the word is. Because from is it goes, but yeah, that's a legitimate sentence with a lot of that. You know what, it doesn't even sound like a word anymore if I repeat it that much. Was. Doesn't even sound like a word anymore. And Fastback, welcome back. Hello there, General Kenobi. But yeah, hey, welcome. We're playing DDLC Plus. It's dropped today, and I had to stream it today. But so far, it's mainly just rehash of content we've had before.
right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things.
Dude, Omae wa mou shinderu. it doesn't do anything in visual novels because I don't have any control over the character. I can pick who I want to go for. Omaira Mushinnaru only works in games where the character I play as, where I can actively go out of my way to kill the character I'm playing as. Doesn't work otherwise. I feel like it's just a stupid idea to keep enabling and disabling it just because I'm playing a visual novel. Right? I did that initially, but I feel like I should probably, you know, keep it like it is. Fear this number. Is that how many points you have right now? Ooh, in that case I should fear it. Subnautica, funny you should say that. I finished the game last time. You fool! I played through the game. I got through the credits. It's over. Then again, I might make a bonus stream where I scan some stuff I haven't scanned before. Like, I'm missing at least 2 Leviathans and I wanted to see if I can enter the Vent Garden. So I might make a little bit of a bonus stream where I go back to my previous save point and just check some stuff out. But you fool. You missed the ending. But you can always watch the archives or whatever.
It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback.
Play for honor. Well, sadly, I'm sad to say that currently all my stream slots are filled. Because I have 2 active stream slots, that being Genshin and DDLC. And Fridays is Friday Night Funkin'. So, sadly, even if I wanted to, playing any more games would mean that sometimes it's just... It would take too long to get back to other games. Honestly, I don't like playing more than 2 games simultaneously anyway, but then people really wanted Friday Night Funkin' and they wanted regular content of it, so I decided to just plop it in on Fridays. But yeah. Waiting for something bigger, like a new Genshin update that's already released. I am going into the new story content soon, don't worry about it. In fact, I think the next stream will be Friday Night Funkin' again. After that, it's probably gonna be Genshin. Or DDLC and then Genshin? I'm not sure. I'm gonna go shoot someone in the face for Yuri because why? Why would you do that? Why would you even say that? Yuri is such a kind-hearted girl, why would you shoot someone in the face for her? In-game, yeah, I mean, that makes sense, but still. Still.
I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Also, I'm thinking about maybe making today's stream a little bit longer, because let's face it, we're mainly gonna see content we've seen before, so part of me thinks that maybe... And that's just a big maybe, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that. Maybe I should just push all the way through Act 1 in this stream. See if I can make it through Act 1 in one stream, see if that works. But I'm not sure if it works. Want reasons to play games? Okay, by all means, go ahead.
Natsuki can be a little biased, though.
Biased how?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? And you should so far been AFK since I'm looking for career paths. Honestly, nothing new since, you know, previous stuff. Adulting is hard. Being an adult sucks. It do be like that. You gotta make choices, and and no one's prepared for making choices. Know what you're gonna do? Alright then. Well, we have someone who knows what they want to do. But yeah, let's actually make progress, because again I want to kind of hopefully maybe make it through Act 1. Though that seems unlikely. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Alright, let's reread this poem real quick. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm. Breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting,
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
but it took you a long time to read.
Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Huh? Well, that's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since this is our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Code.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all.
Make a car with Yuri on it because I'm bored. I see. Interesting. Car with Yuri on it. And then drive through a bunch of people and get it covered in blood. But in that case, give your make sure it's a yandere face. Make sure it's the yandere face. To being a detective, detecting the wow. Why did Chad suddenly turn into a Mogus? Ha. How could this be?
But remember that poems often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying.
I'm counting on you.
Did it in Life is Strange. You are absolutely right, honestly. You are absolutely right. I still don't know how you were able to call it, other than it's him seeming too nice in a town of crazies, but still. You go. Well, let's do Sayori next. Come on, let's do Sayori next. Did it in real life, yikes.
This is a good poem, Code. Are you sure it's your first time?
So, do we want to go back to searching for stuff that could be interpreted in the wrong way? Because remember how we were talking about stuff that could be, if taken out of context, interpreted in the wrong way? Like, are you sure this is your first time? Oh well. Of course it's my first time. Why would I give my first time to anyone but you? Actually, no. You're not best, girl. I'm sorry. Go away. You're not getting my first time. That's why I went to Natsuki first. Oh well. Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Code. Deep down you're not selfish at all, you know? Try new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you know my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
Well, we'll see about that. Dear Sunshine. Assassination Classroom, by the way, good show. Really good. Dear Sunshine. The way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed. Making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad, I want breakfast. Also Snow Lamb. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No, just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
I want to sleep, yes, no more sunshine. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
That was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, it's not like we have a choice. There's literally only option left. Just Monica. Other question. Could afford. I want breakfast at the morning. Oh well, I mean, I get where you're coming from.
Hi, Code. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening.
Oh, I bet you are always listening. Always. No matter what, even if we're not here, you're always listening.
Don't be afraid to bring things up.
Yes, do not be afraid. Right, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Code. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all have to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's more likely than finding her hanging out at the festival day. I had Monica my poem.
Mm-hmm. I like it, Code.
Really?
It's a lot cuter than I expected.
Oh, jeez.
No, it kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer too, so take that as a compliment.
If you say so.
Yep. There are lots of poems or stories out there that are no more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anyone.
I see. So you're saying that Natsuki's kind of like that?
Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through.
I mean, I remember, I think, Blue Skies. The hanging jokes have always been a thing, and I'm not sure how I feel about them. Other than they're funny for a while. And then after a while they just get, yeah, we've been through this already. You know?
So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. Could take a while before I get comfortable doing this. Honestly, me. I like going with more, yeah, you know, simple rhymes and stuff. Actually writing a poem without rhymes, as I said before, is a little bit more difficult for me. I mean, I do try it sometimes. But I do try to change things up every now and then to see if I can find another style that I could potentially write in the future.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. Couldn't have been me. See the direction, the speckle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. Just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. No, bonk. Go to Oni jail. You're now in the Ford Focus. Alright. So, just quick heads up. What game specifically are you talking about when you say that? Just so people don't think, hey, hang on, this dude has a Ford Focus and has Yuri on it.
So, what do you think?
It's very freeform if that's what you call it. Forza Horizon 4, alright. One I've never heard of. That's a game I've never heard of, but I'm sure it's enjoyable. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Like I keep telling chat, yet somehow people have found a reason to post their poems and ask me how I think they are. Again, I am not really the right person to ask for feedback. Racing game, yeah, I kind of figured. But alright.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. So just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this.
Monica!
If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Foo indeed. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. Only because of context. Context is your friend. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. There's a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. Should I just keep reading like that? A little bit more dramatic? Nah. And they're just judging me for the way that I say ah. Yes.
What was this language?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up.
Dramatic voice indeed.
How can that be cute?
I know that. It just meant the language, I guess.
Coming this summer.
I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
Have to head out now. Have a good rest of your stream. Thanks for popping in. Really appreciate it. And yeah, see you around. See you around.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Code did too.
The language, I guess, coming this summer. You know, that was kind of unintentional, but yeah.
Based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Code liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh, I didn't realize you're so invested in trying to impress a new member, Yuri.
That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well. I probably should just do it.
Maybe you're just jealous that Code appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Code started showing up.
Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you.
Natsuki's voice was more prominent in that one.
I don't like fighting, guys.
Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Code, she's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out.
Full of something else. Like my pen. And yes, just the pen. Don't add an is on the end of it, because she never got that. Actually, she did kind of get that in Blue Skies. Oh well.
Help me explain that to her, Code.
Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Code? Well...
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, I probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be... Well, it has to be best girl. It has to be best girl, I mean, come on. Yuri. You're really talented.
Well...
But Natsuki has a point. I think that... I rack my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over. And Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. That's going to be Help Me Sayori. Yes. First name Help Me, last name Sayori. I'm sorry, I'm sticking with Natsuki. And you can't change my mind. Can't change my mind. That's named Help Me Sayori, yes. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Just how much you know.
That's not...
Natsuki, I think that's enough.
Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me.
Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing, and sharing it can definitely be hard. Looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so... you don't need to feel threatened. A person's brain. Wow. Just yoink out me brain and replace it with another one. You're a great writer, Natsuki. I'm really tempted to just do it, to just moan again for the R, but I'm not doing it.
Ah.
Ah. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise.
Thanks for noticing.
She finally mutters that, barely audible. Yuri looks at me, dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either. Do it? Do what? What should I do?
Well, if you say so.
Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me, Code. Sheesh!
Natsuki takes a breath. I mean, Natsuki takes a breath! Very dramatic. Indeed, she can breathe. Whoever would have thought that that would be possible in this literature club?
The thing about...
Natsuki glances around the room.
Would everyone stop staring at me?
Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. I'm going back to normal for this, okay? Sarah and Monica look away.
Anyway, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all.
Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with everyone.
Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri.
Sayori?
Well, I'll go make some tea.
I was just trying to help.
I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Why shoulder pat? Why not head pat? Head pat the childhood friend.
Well, now that we're past that, everyone's read each other's poems, right? I hope that was worthwhile for everyone, especially for you, Code. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from the lazing around we get a little too used to.
So my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere.
No, not at all, not at all. There's still time before we go home, so we'll relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do little things in the club room. So maybe you can take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing.
Is this where we can get the side stories? Is this where we get the side stories?
After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monica. What? That's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're the vice president, Sayori.
Oh god, that laugh sounded stupid. In the end, though, Monica's right. Rob, Soul, Crystal Nugget. Being in the literature club probably means I can spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. So side stories? Oh, I felt like that definitely seemed different. That definitely seemed really different. So I felt like that could have been in the introduction for the side stories, but it looks like that's just, you know, ending the chapter. Or not the well, this chapter of the first act, the day. So yeah. I do not know any rules, and I know that's a rickroll.
Okay, everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright, well, mostly.
Code, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better.
I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Code, ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. I dodge at the last second. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Doki Doki indeed. This is Doki Doki Plus. This is the official expansion to the game, which cost me like $10. So, yeah. We're all hyped for this. First time we came by, and well, this is the official content. This isn't a mod. This is official content. So far, we've not seen too much new stuff, but I know there are like new side stories in here as well. And there are some changes to the main plot as well. I've noticed like 3 changes in the dialogue already. 3 major ones. Kind of major. So yeah. That's why I won't just skip past the first act and maybe the second one, because I feel like there's important stuff in here that has been changed. Just squished a fly. You murderer. How could you do this? Sayori? About what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki, does that kind of thing happen often? Burger. I do like myself a good burger every now and then. Burger indeed is good. Burger is good.
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you, though.
You know, Code, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing everyone get along with you is what makes me the happiest.
DDL cringe is one of 3 people I saw streaming DDLC mods. Well, now that the DLC Plus is out, I get the feeling that a lot more people are gonna be streaming this right now, so I am just a little drop in the ocean of DDLC streamers right now. Hey, it's definitely cringe, because my voices are cringe. This summer, the cringiest voices you've ever heard. Brought to you in DDLC.
And I think everyone likes you too.
That's... Now everyone agrees with the content, or what?
Every day is gonna be so much fun.
Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. No, give her head pats. Head pat. No shoulder pat. Head pat. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, let me hydrate. Okay, poem time. Bonk, Sayori. Yeah, sure, bonk her. If anyone needs to get bonked and sent to horny jail, it's the main character. Because it's like, yeah, does it need to end with being friends? Do the eyebrow movement, you know I have to. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's see if I have best girl all figured out again. Swimsuit. She do like her swimsuit. She likes the boobs. That's with a P, not with a B. The boob. Boob. B-O-O-P. Not B-O-O-B, okay? She do be liking the pout. Hop. Cute. Lollipop. Kitty. Papa. Ooh, this one's hard. Out of all of them, probably dance. Yeah, no, I don't think there was one in there. Boop. No. Great, now you're giving me the harder ones. I'm not sure if any of those fit Natsuki. Monika best, then Yuri, then Sayori, then Natsuki. Nah, Natsuki is top for me. I am sorry. But I like all of them, okay? I get it. Monika is second place for me. Although she's second place, closing in on first place. So yeah, that means Yuri is third place for me, which means Sayori sadly comes in last. But I still really like her. It's just... all of them are amazing, and someone has to come in last, even if they are nice. Natsuki looks about 12. She's 18 plus. She's over 18. She's over 18. The game literally tells you so when you boot it up for the first time. Like, that's something they changed from the original DDLC to DDLC Plus. The moment you boot up the game, it immediately tells you the characters depicted in this game are 18 years old or older. She is legal. And she only looks like that because she's malnourished. But I totally get where you're coming from. Also, even still, she just seems like a fun person to be around. It's not necessarily the attraction to her that would get me, it's more the fact that she's a nice person to be around, in my opinion, even if she is kind of insulting. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's face it, a lot of us share a lot of interests with her. Out of all the characters, we probably share most interests with Natsuki. So come on, really, how can you look at that and not tell me I'm justified in calling her best girl? It's fine, we're legal, we're all good lads. Must be fucking stupid though, because the classes they're in. Back a few years, who knows, who knows. I mean, yeah, she do be punching though. She do be a bit rough. She's giving you some of that tough love, you know. Oh well, since none of these really fit, I'm just gonna go with treasure.
Candy. Poof. Skirt.
Peaceful? Yeah, no, figured.
Lipstick. Anime. Twirl.
Classes 18 plus, kinda sus when they start high school in Japan at 14. What do you mean first year, by the way? They're not first years. The game goes out of its way to tell them Natsuki, judging by her figure, looks a bit like a first year, but she isn't. Nah, she is not. She's not. The game literally says... I mean, yeah, in some of the mods it's explained that she's a first year. In the original game it says, makes me think she's a first year. Here they changed it to... from her figure she looks a little bit like a first year. They actually dialed it back because most people immediately assumed that she would be a first year, just because she looks a little bit smaller. But they actually went out of their way to change that specific line of dialogue in this expansion. And they wouldn't have done that without a reason, so yeah. She wasn't, she looked like one because of her size, yes. Thank you. She is, however, still the youngest one in the club. Now, what exactly that means, I don't know. We just know that she's 18 years old or older. Probably 18 exactly. The other ones might not even be older in years, just maybe a couple months older. Because I don't know their birthdays, sadly. I'm kind of stuck here now. Let's keep going for a bit, okay? Smile, sweet, sister, statistic. No. She probably likes flying. Oh no, I'm getting off track. Help. Sweet. No, why did I get so many Sayori things in the end? I should still be fine, I think. Snatsuki could be the oldest. No, she is the youngest one here. She literally said she's the youngest one in the club. Let's face it. This is... We all know that this isn't exactly... This game isn't supposed to be exact. I mean, it takes inspiration from both the Japanese and the American school system, from what I know. It's a strange little mishmash. So we can assume that the grades probably might not be, you know, properly aligned. It's a cultural mishmash. It doesn't fit any specific school system entirely. So the grades could be organized a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying? I hope you do, because I don't even know what I'm on about right now. Anyway. Minus for realism, yeah, I know. Say we're actually in Japan, it's not really. It doesn't really say it, no. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Also, I've decided after this day we will be past the 3-hour mark and I'll probably call it quits then. I said I wanted to try to finish the first act, but that would take forever, let's face it. But on the next stream I should be able to finish Act 1. Yeah. Oh well, entering the club room, the usual scene greets me.
Hi, Code.
Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today.
I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all.
I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. It's never explicitly said, yes, exactly. Again, it takes inspiration from both Japan, from Eastern, Western. It doesn't conform to one specific system of education, so yeah. Now we'll definitely finish this day, even if we go past the regular 3-hour mark. I will finish this day. Just cause.
But
But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway.
speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack?
No thanks.
Eh? That's not like you at all.
I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori?
Eh? Why that all of a sudden?
No reason really. I just wanted to look at it.
Eh?
Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Come on, I'm not even focusing on moaning right now. The joke died a long time ago. I'm just reading it normally. You want me to go back to reading the R's and stuff like actual moaning? Because no. No one wants that. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. We need the funny. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. You're a ghost.
That's not fair. How you even know?
It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so, that only leaves one option.
Wah! I give up. Don't make me feel guilty.
If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Huh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. You want this. That was a little bit more moany for you.
I wasn't listening in or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Code to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that.
Oh no, you know what this reminds me of right now? It reminds me of the Yuri... It reminds me of the Yuri sex scene in Blue Skies. Because I remember that actually had moaning sounds in the text box, and I had to read that out loud properly. Oh no! I was far more ashamed of doing it back then than I am now. College or special school, both cover 18 plus education, huh. Blue Skies had, yes. I had censor mode on, so we got the CG of Yuri, but she was still wearing her underwear while she was in the position, and while we were doing the deed that was described in the text box. So she still had her underwear on in the CG, probably because I had censor mode on. Yeah. Do with that information what you will. But I read all those lines out loud, including the moans. I still am not sure if that was the best idea. But yeah, that's what I just had to think of when I tried to read it. So I'm gonna go back to reading this stuff normally and not remind myself anymore of that stuff.
I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. That's...
Goodbye. Bye-bye. Go sleep. You going sleep?
There's no way you could think that. You're right, though. I did something bad and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That! Still come from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there?
Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me.
But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes, so I had to trick Natsuki into making them.
Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. I'm gonna voice some of these lines more dramatically for no reason. Pwap.
Yeah!
Oh, that was the most horrendous sound I ever made, I think.
Ow! What was... Huh? A cookie?
Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around.
Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution.
Retribution.
Actually, that one almost worked.
I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though.
Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy.
Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite.
So good.
Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth.
I bit my tongue.
You're going through a lot over just one cookie.
Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it?
Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers?
But yours is chocolate.
Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one?
Fine. Still, I'm really glad that you shared this one with me.
Sayori gets out of her seat, goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her.
Ah, jeez. I get it.
Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her.
Um,
Sayori suddenly leans forward, takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie.
Hey! Did you seriously just do that?
Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well.
Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes.
What do you mean sometimes?
Monika, can you tell Sayori? Eh?
Natsuki glances around. Monika is in the club room.
Where's Monika anyway?
Good question. Have any of you heard about her being late today? Not me.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Well, that's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay.
Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all.
Huh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true.
Excuse me?
Suddenly, the door swings open.
Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Huh? Monika chose to club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about?
Monika quizzically glances at me. Ah, never mind that. What held you up anyway?
Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time.
That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least.
I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monika. That's...
Monika looks at me.
Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay!
That sounds cool. I'll also look forward to it.
Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Code.
Monika smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that.
Don't worry, I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready.
I see. In that case, best of luck.
Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I?
No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book. Natsuki disappeared into the closet. It's not long before Natsuki comes up to me expectantly. Yeah, don't worry, I kept my promise. Pull out the first volume of Parfait Girls out of my bag. Natsuki takes it from my hands, then quickly turns it over, presumably to check for wrinkles. Hey, I'm not that careless. I handle manga all the time, you know.
I just wanted to make sure. Can you blame me for being paranoid? I don't give people my manga every day, you know?
That's true. I don't blame you.
Well, anyway, let me put this one back. I'm gonna get the next one, okay?
Natsuki makes her way to the closet. I follow.
So, you're gonna tell me everything you thought, right? Where did this volume leave off again? I forget.
The chapter ended when Minori and Alice found...
Monica!
No, they didn't find Monica. Natsuki's voice resonates out from inside the closet. Huh? I peer inside. All of Natsuki's books are lined up on the top shelf.
Did you move my manga again?
Sorry. The teacher got mad at me for taking up so much space in the closet. So I had to move some stuff around to clean up a little bit. It's all still there, I just had to organize it a bit.
The top shelf is far above Natsuki's head. She makes a futile hop, trying to figure out how to reach her manga.
Jeez. This is so inconvenient. I'm moving these all back down. There's plenty of room on these shelves.
I'm not saying much, I'm just interested in the story. Honestly, I don't mind that at all. I'd probably just be... good to listen, bad to interrupt. Yes, understandable. I probably feel the same way as you. Although we know this stuff already, but I'm interested in what comes later down the line, so I kind of want to get through this, so... Honestly, chat, I don't even mind chat not being as active today, because visual novel requires me to focus a little bit. Now, on that note, let's end this interruption and get back on track.
And besides, they're really pretty to look at when they're all lined up. Why would you waste that on the top shelf?
Ah, Natsuki. There's a stool on the wall there. In the closet, there's a collapsible stool that's hanging on the wall. If you want, I can reach up there and hand them to you.
I can get them myself?
Natsuki grabs the stool from the wall and unfolds it.
You think I'm too short or something? I mean, I knew it. Well, you know what? Just watch me.
Natsuki hops onto the stool, which ends up being a little wobbly because of its collapsible design. Careful.
I know what I'm doing.
Standing on the stool, Natsuki's fingertips reach the top shelf. The stool would be enough for me to easily grab the books, but Natsuki's being stubborn as usual. Natsuki uses her fingers to scoot one of the smaller boxes to the top edge of the shelf.
See? Ah!
The box suddenly tips. Natsuki barely catches it before it falls to the floor. The stool wobbles.
What?
Losing balance, Natsuki hops off the stool. Thankfully, she was able to stay on her feet. She holds the box triumphantly.
There!
Having almost fell, Natsuki's a bit shaken up. Jeez. No need to prove yourself to me. There's no way we'll be able to get the bigger boxes like that. I can reach them, so just...
I said I can do it! I don't want your help, okay? I'm gonna get a chair, so just hang on.
Natsuki forces her way past me out of the closet.
Let's see.
The classroom chairs have the desks attached, so they're too inconvenient to fit in the closet.
Aha!
Natsuki trots over to the teacher's desk, which has a computer chair behind it. She rolls it on its wheels back over to the closet. It's a little dangerous since the chair swivels and rolls. But I've already learned my lesson, so I keep my mouth shut.
Esh.
Natsuki climbs onto the chair, then slowly balances onto her feet. Since she refuses my help, I take a seat with my back against the side of the doorway and simply watch.
Aha! There we go. See, I can easily do it now.
Natsuki grabs a stack of manga and bends down to put it on the shelf below.
What?
The chair swivels. Natsuki catches herself on the shelf.
What are you doing? Can you at least hold the chair steady instead of sitting and doing nothing?
She's 18, she is indeed. Maybe even older than that, but she is of age. So there's nothing wrong with the angle. Plus, we don't even see anything that could be problematic.
Who was it who told me not to help?
Yeah, I got you. Hold the chair while Natsuki reaches back up. I can almost see up her skirt. Yeah. I force myself to turn away. Natsuki seriously didn't think this through. Once she realizes, I'll be dead.
Hup!
Natsuki wraps her arms around the Parfait Girl's box set, easily the largest one on the shelf.
Heavy. Hey, Code? I don't think I can bend down without falling. Hurry up and take this one.
Huh? But then I have to let go of the chair.
That's fine. Just for a second. Hurry up!
Alright. Let me just stand up. Slowly release my grip from the chair.
What do you mean, stand up?
Natsuki looks down at me.
Why are you all the way back?
Natsuki looks like she just realized something, but she'll lose her balance if she moves. Natsuki, the box.
What are you looking at? You're trying to look up my...
Natsuki's legs shake. I am not. I was just... Natsuki, don't try to move. Just give me the box. Give me the box. Hand it over.
You perv! You set me up. Go away. Get out. But I'll do it myself.
The chair suddenly swirls beneath Natsuki's feet. Natsuki!
Yeah.
The scene turns to chaos in a split second. The chair flies from under Natsuki's feet. Frantically, I try to catch her. The box topples out of her hands and the books go flying. I got you! Crash. Oh no, it crashed. Should I reopen the game? The full force of Natsuki's body against me throws me to the ground. Whole bunch of books pelt me in the face. Natsuki tries to shield herself with her own arms as her fans land straight on my chest. At least it didn't land any lower than that. My right arm and back seriously felt the impact. Slowly Natsuki comes to her senses. She presses her arms straight into me to prop herself up. Natsuki seems to realize that it's not the floor that's beneath her. Oh, now the game's telling me I'm beneath her. Hey, I'll let you know. I am worthy of you. I'm not beneath you in any way.
Gross.
A fist pounds into my chest. Natsuki then hoists herself to her feet.
What were you thinking, you sicko?
Everything okay in there? I heard a loud noise.
Monika suddenly peers in.
Monika, see what happens when you put the manga on the top shelf? Are you trying to kill your club members or something? Jeez.
Sorry.
Oh, and one more thing. It seems like one of your most recent club member is a total perv. So I hope you're happy.
I didn't... Somehow it's impossible for me to explain this whole bizarre situation to Monika. I didn't do anything, I swear.
I know, don't worry.
Monika says that quietly to me. Looks like I'm off the hook.
Oh no. My...
Huh? I look down. Natsuki's kneeling on the floor, holding one of the books that are scattered all over. There's a large diagonal crease along the page that she's desperately trying to smooth out. Must have landed on that page. Natsuki tries a bit more to fix the crease, but she can't get it out. Suddenly she gives up and slams the book shut and throws it to the floor. Instead of continuing to yell, she just lowers her head. Natsuki, are you...
No!
Natsuki's voice squeaks. I see tears on her face. I'll help get the crease out, okay? It's partially my fault, so... Natsuki shakes her head, still looking down.
No. I don't even care that much. I'm just... having a really bad day today.
Natsuki sobs again.
I didn't mean to take it out on you. I really didn't mean to.
It's fine. Is there anything you want to talk about? Natsuki shakes her head.
Just... every day... it's so hard. I just want to come to the club and...
Natsuki falls silent again. I can't press her, so I can only do what I know how to do. Alright. Oh, I'll help clean this up. And I'll move the rest of your manga for you. I pick up volume 2 of Parfait Girls. We'll set this one aside. This'll help cheer you up a bit, right? We can get started on it once I'm done here. Natsuki looks up with her glossy eyes. Her lip quivers.
You're really nice to me.
Yeah, so will you take back the statement that I'm apparently a pervert? Huh? That sounded really strange coming from Natsuki. Didn't expect it at all. Well, I'm just treating you like a friend, you know? Natsuki lowers her head and stifles another sob. Not sure what happened to her today, but being nice is the least I could do. The next couple minutes are silent between us as I begin gathering the scattered books. Make sure to slip them into the box in the correct order. After a little bit, Natsuki starts helping. It isn't long before we're done, and I hoist the books onto the shelf where Natsuki wanted to put it. Then I get on the stool and quickly finish moving the rest of the books from the top shelf. Alright, that should do it. I hop off the stool. Natsuki averts her gaze. Thanks. It's nothing. Natsuki is holding the volume I set aside in her hands. Alright, I'm ready. Good. Even if you weren't, I'd make you anyway. You're taking responsibility for what you said. Think about cheering me up? If you insist. We sit in the same spot as last time, and I open the second volume. Natsuki's mood quickly improves, laughing and pointing things out to me. She's surprisingly sharp, making note of a lot of subtle repeated jokes and background elements. In the end, I am pretty impressed by how everything ties together in this manga. I guess Natsuki has good taste after all. After some time, Monika gets our attention as usual, and it's time to share poems again. Guess I'll be holding on to this for now.
Yep. Even you sound more enthusiastic this time.
Well, I'm starting to get into it, you know.
Told you.
Yeah. I returned to my seat and slipped the book into my bag. And of course we should show it to Best Girl first. That's only fair. Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back at the poem. By now she must have read it more than once. Is it that bad?
No, it's not. It's good. It's really good, okay? There, I said it. It wasn't supposed to happen at all. Why can't you just be bad at this? Everyone's not supposed to impress you, not the other way around.
You're trying to impress me?
Obviously. You think I'd let you enjoy Yuri's writing more than mine? Give me a break.
Well, in that case, what's the problem with me trying to impress you?
I'll tell you,
Natsuki's face freezes like she just realized something.
You're trying to impress me?
Natsuki vigorously scans her eyes over my poem one more time. Then the poem slips out of her hands and flutters to the floor.
I have to use the bathroom.
Red-faced, Natsuki quickly walks out of the room.
Hey, Code, did you do something to Natsuki? I just saw her rush out like that. You didn't do anything terrible, did you?
No! I just told her that. My voice gets caught in my throat. There's no way I could tell Monika that I'm trying to impress Natsuki. Monika sees the poem lying on the floor and swiftly picks it up. She reads through it, her smile not fading from her face.
I see. You wrote this for Natsuki, didn't you?
I mean, not really. In fact,
didn't she like your poem a lot the other day too? I'm surprised you know her taste so well already. Are you sure you're not cheating, Code?
Hey, I'm not cheating, I just played this already. The original, that is. Cheating? What do you mean by that?
Never mind, I'm just kidding.
I didn't understand Monika's joke at all.
Anyway, how do you think Natsuki feels about you? Oh, you don't need to answer that. It was just something for you to think about.
Hey!
Natsuki comes up and snatches the poem from Monika's hands. Neither of us had noticed her re-enter the classroom.
Did you read this, Monika?
Of course, I liked it.
You should really stop reading things that aren't for you, you know? You have a bad habit of doing that.
Huh? But Code wrote this poem, and you're supposed to share it with everyone, right?
Natsuki freezes. She apparently forgot that my poem is technically for everyone to read.
Okay, well, I think Code is done sharing this poem with everyone.
Damn it, I should have done her last. Remember in the future, always do the one you're going for last, so they can keep the poem.
It's not like anyone would want to read this anyway. In fact, I'm just gonna hold on to this.
If you insist.
What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Like what?
Never mind.
Natsuki, I'll give you the poem, but that's still not very fair to Sayori. She hasn't gotten to read it yet.
So what?
Well, I guess Code is right, Natsuki. It's not fair if you don't let everyone finish reading it.
I can't get her voice again.
Fine.
Natsuki returns my poem.
It's not like she's going to like it, though. Anyway, read my poem now. And no, I won't let you keep it. This is my only copy.
Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the brim of the words, but she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. Doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone.
Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do.
No, of course not.
Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. It helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk.
You know people like that?
Of course, it's about how everyone thinks my... That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I want it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something you're afraid people find out they make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things.
Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too.
You know, I'm glad you can appreciate this kind of writing. I mean, I know I was talking about that yesterday, but I've been enjoying sharing my writing with you, so consider yourself lucky, okay?
Well, thanks for being honest.
What's that supposed to mean? I'm always honest? Jeez. Just look forward to tomorrow too, okay?
Alright, I will. Who should I show my poem to next? Sayori.
Ooh, I like this one, Code. There's some nice feelings in it.
Well, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's?
Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. Well,
That's not very helpful, you know.
I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad.
Same.
But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, it must be a good poem.
I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Yeah, me neither.
Why don't you at least try giving it some thought?
Oh, you wanna write something for me?
No, not really.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point.
Huh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind.
Oh, whatever.
Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad.
Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori.
Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow.
Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic.
Eh, it is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Code. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now too, okay?
Bottles. Here we go, the bottles poem. Pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle and keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets, hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. Doesn't feel like much time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them down from the shelf, one after another, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tiles between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. It was supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 inside my head. Holy crap. Sarah, did you really write this?
Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever?
Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you.
Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
I see that. It's almost kind of creepy.
Creepy?
Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it.
Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic.
You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you can keep it up.
Yeah, writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die.
The phrasing. Don't get ahead of yourself. That doesn't happen until the end of Act 1. So he's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Alright, let's go Monica next. And then we'll do Yuri last because she's just gonna turn us down anyway.
Hi again, Code. That was kind of silly with Natsuki earlier, wasn't it? I'm glad the two of you have been getting along so well.
That's one way of putting it.
Anyway, I already read your poem, so you can go ahead and read mine now. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too.
Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. They changed it a little bit, they shortened this. The gap in here was a lot longer in the original. Like you had to scroll down all the way. When you saw that, you couldn't even see the text up top anymore. So they shortened it a bit, okay. Probably because a lot of people might have missed it. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh?
I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. Just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess.
I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though.
Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected might happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Monica with the fourth wall breaks, always coming in clutch. That just leaves Yuri. Oh, she's gonna hate me, alright. Yo, Yuri. You hate my writing yet?
You're still mad at me?
Huh?
For disrespecting Natsuki yesterday. Because reading this poem. Now I know why you got mad at me. Because you prefer her writing over mine.
That's not really true.
Meaning when I disrespected her, I disrespected you too, didn't I? Oh no.
Yuri, you might be reading into this a little too much. Reading, get it?
Oh, could I be so stupid? I always let these things happen. Whenever I think before I speak, I just come off as awkward and unlikable. But if I speak without thinking, the things I want to keep inside come out and make people hate me. So please don't force yourself to be around me. I know this is what Monica wants, but it's not fair to you when you could enjoy your time with Natsuki and Sayori.
Yuri,
Please, it makes it easier for me if you don't express any concern. Besides, I have my books with me. That's all I need.
Yuri smiles sadly and puts her head on the desk. I am frustrated. I don't hate her, but as if she's not capable of listening to me over her own thoughts. I sigh to myself. All I can do is accept that that's how she is. If she wants to be left alone, I have no choice but to abide by that request.
Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so everyone could come sit at the front of the room.
Is this about the festival?
Well, sort of.
Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event.
Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually gonna be doing for the event.
Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing.
Performing?
Oh, Monica. Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also gonna let everyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time.
Sayori has been coloring a poster old enough for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? Did I accidentally skip something? No. You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you?
Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea?
Well, no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that.
Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys! No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kinda overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones we're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it would inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is about.
Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun.
That's right, and it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it.
Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit.
Well, maybe, but...
It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left.
Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with.
Alright! Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri?
Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces.
I guess I don't really have a choice.
That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri!
This club is seriously going to be the death of me.
No, that doesn't happen until Act 2.
Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's go on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice them in front of each other.
No way!
Monica, this is so sudden. If you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect it to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry, I'll start off to make everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Oh, of course. Now let's see.
Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium.
The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem.
Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bring the words to life. It is something she's done before. Is it something she's done before, or is she simply unnatural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. There is an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Yuri?
I will go next.
Wow, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden.
Yuri clutches the sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium.
This poem is called...
Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye.
Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat.
Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing.
Looks like Yuri's down for the count.
Okay, I guess I'm next then.
Sayori hops out of the chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled.
Sayori?
It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then.
Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori's. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud.
I did it!
Good job, Sayori.
Even Code liked it. I guess that's a good sign.
What does that even mean?
Came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. Huh? I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Ooh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of people. In front of everyone. Next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a bit more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. So, who's next? Natsuki?
Don't make me go before Code. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Code lower everyone's standards before I have to do it.
Natsuki?
It's fine. Might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just go with what I wrote for today. I stand up, step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else.
Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah, I'm going.
Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium.
The poem's called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me?
That's an interesting name.
Because you're presenting.
Ha! Anyway, the poem's called Jump.
Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
Easy for you to say? You better not make me do that again.
Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people?
I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing.
That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me.
Well, that's just how it is, so...
I guess in that case, you won't have to worry much for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. Might be a bit hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting.
Jeez. Should probably find some other poem to recite instead.
That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow and then we'll have the week to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait! You can do this. You can do this.
Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, I'll have to do my best.
Ready to go, Code? Yep.
Wait. Oh, that was me talking to her. Ready to go, Sayori?
Yep.
Look at you two always going home together like that.
It's kind of adorable, isn't it?
Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it.
It must be a little nice, though.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, Code, you don't have to say it.
Whatever, let's go already.
Bam bam.
I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today Sayori's being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey Sayori?
So we are spacing out.
No wonder.
I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean...
Sayori fumbles with her words.
So, let's just say that one day Natsuki asked to walk home with you.
Huh?
What would he do?
What kind of question is that? Kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, I will walk home with Natsuki because I am on the perfect Natsuki route and I'm not wasting that. And I won't lie to you like that. Walking home with Natsuki, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, I think I would be afraid of what she'd do to me if I turned her down.
Isn't she so cute and fun to be around?
That has nothing to do with what I just said, but it is true.
Ha! You just admitted it!
Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen.
Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know?
Need you? Sayori. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now.
Sorry.
Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you.
If you say so.
The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. Or it's kind of her fault for traveling with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? And that is where I'm gonna quickly save my game. Oh, there's an autosave even. But honestly, can I override that? Apparently you can't override. Oh, the autosave is an extra slot. Okay, I get it, I get it. Anyway, that's where we're ending it for today. Only 2 people here? Well, technically that's enough to warn... Nah, no. Not today, okay? Unless someone, you know, is live. Oh, I've read it before. Let's check actually, just to make sure. Let's just check. Let's check just to be safe. Exit. Hang on. There we go. Now let's see. But I probably won't be rating someone today. I'm just gonna give it a quick check to see if there's someone. Well, look at that. Okay, I've decided we are gonna be rating someone after all. We're gonna be rating someone after all. I've just now decided. Spontaneous decision, because that's a person who I've rated once before. Currently only has 1 viewer playing Life is Strange 2. There we go. So let's get ready. I'll see you over there in a second. Thank you guys for coming to hang out. And yeah, goodbye to the archive viewers as well. Again, stupid ending.